Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending upon what date and what time you're watching this. I am so excited that you are here. For those of you that are new to me, I am Nicolya Williams, and I'm a personal development coach teaching busy women to conquer their chaos and accomplish their goals or turn their goals into their reality. And I am all about not only goal setting, but goal reaching. And so I love just sharing strategies and tips that help to inform your steps so that you can be successful. So nice to meet you for those that are new, and welcome back to those who've been following me for some time. Today, I want to talk about something called success leaves clues. So I've heard the quote over and over again, like success leaves clues, but where are they? But I want to challenge that thinking and help you guys understand that success does leave clues. I am an educator by trade. So I taught for years, I counseled for years, and I loved every single part of it. I loved the things that I learned. One of the most important things that I learned is why recreate the wheel when there's already a template you can use. Then I'll break that down for you. A lot of times when we go after our goals or we start to work towards something that we want to work towards, we think that we have to be all creative and outstanding and accomplish these weird things or attempt to do it or attempt to do it in a new way or blaze a trail that nobody's blazed. And while all of that is great and it's nice and it probably sounds appealing, it also sounds overwhelming. And realistically, when you're starting to do something new, overwhelming is not the feeling that you want to aim towards. Because if you're overwhelmed, a lot of times it's easy to just toss in the towel and say, you know what, I'm not going to work on this goal. And so this is why it is so important to understand where the clues are for success, because then you're able to follow those clues to also reach the success you desire. So the first person I heard say it was Tony Robbins when he discussed how success leaves clues, meaning that people that are successful aren't typically successful by accident. They typically have a strategy or a plan or a system in place to help them become successful in what it is that they've been successful at. And so, when you're trying to accomplish something, whether that's losing weight or writing a book or saving money or starting a business, you want to make sure that you're connecting with people that have been successful at losing weight, writing a book, starting a business, saving money, that sort of thing. When I first started writing my book, I had no clue. And what I was doing, I had no clue what I was doing. And while I was really excited, I'm going to be really honest. I was one of those people that went at it like, I'm just going to kind of blaze my own trail. I'm not going to follow anybody. I want my book to be different than everybody, and I want to be able to say I did this on my own. And while I could brag about it, it's not anything to be proud of because, quite frankly, it slowed my entire process down. I spent weeks and months researching and hours and nighttime hours and morning hours and my free time and my downtime and my family time and my weekend time doing all of this research, trying to recreate a wheel that had already been created by thousands or millions of other people that have published books. But in my mind, I felt like I had to just create this whole different system. One of the great things that I did is while I was working through my book writing process, I wrote notes. I took notes about what frustrated me, what I liked, what bothered me, what I learned, what was a better way to do it. Like, oh, maybe I should organize it before I start writing, that sort of thing. And ultimately, those notes that basically my book writing diary turned into a program that I've been able to use to help support other women write their book. And I tell them all the time because I do consultation calls, book writing coaching calls, things like that with my actual clients, but also with potential clients or women that are interested. And I tell them all the time, don't try to recreate the wheel. There's already a template. And what I mean by that part of it is why not take the information of somebody who's already been successful with the process, apply it to your situation, and then get creative with it. Throw a little spin on it like, oh, I like this idea, but I don't like this. I love this idea, but I don't like this. I know recently my mom and I started the Daniel fast with my church, which for those of you that aren't familiar is a 21-day fast of nothing but like whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. So anything that's natural. You can't use like any added sugars, no meats, no dairy, no anything like that. And the fast is wonderful because it really helps you to deny your flesh and try new things and get creative. And while I got a book and I was like, I'm going to create all these recipes, I'm going to do this. But then I started branching out because a lot of times those recipes or those books or those directions can make you feel boxed in, right? But I didn't just try to do everything on my own. I started with this book and then I started getting creative and branching out and doing new things, and stepping out of my comfort zone and stepping out of the exact direction, but tweaking it just enough to make it work for me and my lifestyle. And so, whatever the goal is that you want to accomplish, if you want to lose weight, ask somebody who's been successful at losing weight what they did. And let's say that they tell you that they ran 3 miles every day. And you're like, yeah, I do think cardio is important, but maybe I'll run for 1 mile, I'll do the elliptical for 1 mile, and I'll do the bike for 1 mile, right? That's still getting some idea and some direction of how they were successful. You're still getting clues and feedback of ways that you can be successful, but now you're altering it. You're saying, oh, I can make this step and still be successful. I can do this, or I can change this and still reach my goal. And so what I'm pleading with you about is don't try to set out to accomplish a goal and do it all on your own. It's very isolating, it's very overwhelming, it's very frustrating. There are so many people you can reach out to, a mentor, a coach, an accountability partner. There are so many people that you can reach out to that will just give you that added oomph and that added support that you need to really hold you up and help to direct your steps. And not to mention that if you're following steps of people that have been successful in the past, now you're having the ability to reach the goal quicker. When I write books now, I can write and finish a book in 30 days, easy, hands down, because I have a system in place and I know the system works and I know I've been successful with it. I've even proven the system outside of myself and applied it to clients of mine and allowed them to accomplish and reach or write books within 30 days and get them published and distributed and reach bestseller status in 30 days. That was unheard of when I first wrote my first book. That took me months because I had no clue and I was too prideful to feel like I needed to ask for help. And I don't want that for you. I don't want you to get in those feelings and feel like I don't need anybody's help or I haven't figured out, because then you will deal with, like I said, the overwhelm or the frustration, which triggers that idea that you should just give up on that goal. And ultimately, that's not what you want and it's not what you deserve. So as you are reaching out for the success that you desire, and whatever the goal is, start looking for the clues in relation to that. So is there somebody that you can talk to? Maybe a mentor or somebody that's been through it or somebody that's helped other people, like a coach or something. Is there research that you can do? Can you start to Google or read different dissertations or books on the subject matter that you want to do? When I became a personal development coach, I compiled my own personal experiences, tons of information that I got from books, and I hired a personal development coach of my own so that I was constantly having all of this information filled inside of me so that I could give the right information, that I could make the right steps in my business, that I could make the right steps in my goals so that I could reach the success. And if I hadn't taken that step, and if I hadn't tossed my pride to the side, I'd probably still be in the same place I was 2 years ago when I decided, a little under 2 years ago when I decided to start. And so just start thinking of where you can find those clues in relation to the goal that you want to accomplish and go after them with everything in you. Understand that if you are consistently looking, success will leave the clues that you need to reach the goal that you desire to reach. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining me today. I hope that you have an amazing day. And as always, continue with clarity. Have a great day. Bye.